Hi, I'm Joy from Chicago. Please like and subscribe. My parents always loved to call me a unique child. When I was little, I was always making toy buildings out of random stuff. Seashells, bottles, cereal boxes, anything I could get my hands on. I was also kind of shy and found it more fun to help out with chores at home than play with other kids. One day, Mom was teaching me how to make pancakes when she suddenly stopped and stared at me.
Sweetie, what's the matter? Am I going too fast for you?
No, Mommy. Everything's fine.
But you keep blinking a lot, like there's something wrong.
I hadn't even realized it. So Mom took me to a doctor, and I got diagnosed with an excessive blinking condition. It was nothing serious, but in school, kids started making fun of me for it, and I'd mostly just stay away from them and sit alone. One day in 3rd grade, I was making a presentation, and this stupid boy kept interrupting.
Miss Brown, why does Joy blink so much?
Just keep quiet and listen to Joy's presentation, please.
But how can I listen when Joy's eyes are doing all the talking?
The whole class burst out laughing. Just then, this kid Martin walked over to the annoying boys' table.
Hey, don't talk about Joy like that.
Oh yeah, who are you, her boyfriend?
Martin jumped on him and the two started wrestling like crazy. They both ended up in detention for a week. So after school, I snuck into the detention room and sat next to Martin. Hey, thanks for sticking up for me.
I hate when people tease you. You're like the awesomest, smartest girl in our class.
I joined Martin for detention every day, and after that we hung out all the time. It turned out he even lived in my neighborhood. I'd always been a loner, but for the first time, I had a best friend. And it was amazing. Having Martin in my life made me less shy, and I changed a lot. We stayed super close through the years. But when we reached high school, Martin gave me some news one day.
My dad's business really took off, and we're moving to another neighborhood. I'm also going to a private school.
Wow, that's super cool, but I'll really miss you.
Hey, why don't you apply for a scholarship? Then we can still be at the same school.
My parents were happy for me to try to get into a better school, so I applied for the scholarship and I got in. Little did I know that it was the worst decision ever. On the first day of 9th grade, I almost fell over when I saw Martin. There he was, dressed head to toe in designer clothes, and was wearing a gold watch. Who are you and what did you do to my friend? And how much gel is in your hair? Dude!
This is just how the cool kids dress nowadays. You didn't know that?
No, should I?
Yeah, you should. You need a makeover, girl.
I just laughed and punched his arm. Later at lunch, a bunch of rich kids walked by our table.
Hey, Martin! I've seen you around my neighborhood. Want to come to my party this Friday?
Sure. Can I bring Joy with me?
She'll have to buy new shoes first. I bet the one she's wearing right now came from a garbage dump.
Hello, I'm right here, and I love these shoes.
Joy, she's joking. Calm down.
The girl walked away with her minions, and I felt so annoyed at Martin. How could he think that comment was a joke? Apparently, there were lots of kids at school who lived in Martin's neighborhood, and it seemed like he was becoming friends with them overnight. That next Monday, I didn't see Martin until lunchtime with his arm around a really pretty girl. Hey, saved a seat for you at our usual table.
Actually, I have a girlfriend now, so I'm gonna go sit with her.
Oh, okay, well, have fun. I went to sit by myself and watched Martin from afar. He looked happy, but he just wasn't acting like himself. As weeks went by, Martin got super handsome and muscular and really popular. I missed my friend, but I gave him his space. But one day, I caught Martin and his friends surrounding a younger kid, and Martin was reading his diary out loud.
Stephanie Twain, the love of my life since 5th grade.
I ran forward and snatched the diary from him. What are you doing?
What? I'm just here to entertain people. Reading idiots' diaries is my opening act.
Martin, why are you acting like this? Just because you're rich now doesn't mean you have to be a jerk.
You know what? I think you're just jealous because I have other friends now and I'm not a nerdy loser like you.
Look at me. I'm Joy, and all I do is study in the library because I have no life.
Then Martin started blinking really fast and shaking his head. Are you making fun of me? Before I could stop myself, I slapped Martin hard across the face and ran away from there. The whole rest of the day, I had to fight from crying. What a jerk! But when I got home, I forgot my troubles when I found Mom sitting in the kitchen looking really worried. What's wrong, Mom?
Joy, your dad and I are in serious debt. If we don't find a way to get some money soon, we could lose the house.
Lose the house? Are we gonna end up homeless?
No, I shouldn't have said anything. We'll be fine. Don't worry about it, honey.
But I did worry about it. I watched Avatar World videos on YouTube to take my mind off of things, but I didn't get much sleep that night. Weeks went by and things kept changing. I just focused on my studies and saw Martin from a distance turning into a completely different person. Then one day, a new guy named Cameron arrived at school. He looked like Harry Styles, and based on his Lamborghini, he was clearly rich. All the girls were drooling over him, but I just rolled my eyes and walked away. He was probably just another snooty brat, but I was surprised when Cameron came and sat next to me in my robotics class. He seemed super impressed with the robot bird I was building. I've been working on it for almost a year.
Are you like a genius? You can tell me the truth. You don't have to be modest.
Ha 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 ha. I laughed and ended up sitting with Cameron for lunch, and he never once made fun of my blinking or even asked about it. We were having a great time until Martin walked over.
Dude, what's a guy like you doing with someone like Joy? I'll introduce you to my friends. They're more your type.
Martin, why are you such a...
Sure, I'll come and say hi right now.
Cameron leaned over to me and whispered.
Trust me, you just sit back and enjoy the show.
I wondered what he was up to as he walked over to Martin's friends. And when Martin introduced his girlfriend, Cameron suddenly took her hand and kissed it.
I'm heading to a yacht party tonight. I'll offer you $500 to be my date.
His girlfriend instantly pushed Martin away and armed through Cameron's.
You got yourself a deal, cutie!
Wait, what the heck? I thought you really liked me.
Cameron pulled away from Martin's girlfriend.
Your friends really are something. I just wanted to show you that. And I don't like hanging out with fake people. Don't ever come near me or Joy again, okay?
Cameron walked back to me, and I saw Martin's face had turned really red as he stormed off furiously. I hoped he'd had some sense knocked into him. Later that week, I got some amazing news. My teachers wanted to enter my robot bird into a huge science fair with a big cash prize. If I won, I could help my parents out.
Your hard work is finally gonna pay off, Joy. I wish I were as talented.
Wait! What if you enter the science fair with me? You can help me with the finishing motion.
Are you serious? You're the coolest girl ever.
Cameron and I worked hard on it all month. The night of the fair, I reached the venue before Cameron, who was bringing the project. But hours passed and he just didn't show up. I called and texted frantically, but he wouldn't answer his phone. I was called to the stage empty-handed. The judges couldn't wait any longer. I was disqualified. But just as I was leaving the venue, Cameron showed up. Oh my God! Where were you? How could you let me down like that?
Joy, I'm so sorry. When I left the school with the project, all my tires were flat. 10 minutes later, I couldn't even call you because my phone wasn't in my bag. I don't know who stole it or slashed my tires, but I can make a guess.
Martin! I was burning with rage the next day when I saw Martin in school. I walked up to him and grabbed his collar. You heartless jerk! You did that to Cameron, didn't you?
Hey, back off! And yeah, I did, haha. But why are you so worked up? So your lover boy had to wait on the road for a while. Big deal!
It's not just about him, Martin. I missed the science fair because of what you did. You know, I've been working on that project for a year. Doesn't that mean anything to you? For a second, he looked taken aback, but then he just shrugged.
How was I supposed to know all that? Anyway, I did you a favor. You've been a nerdy loser since I met you. It's time you found a new hobby, Blinky.
I sprung forward and pushed Martin to the ground. I'm just through with you. I used to think you'd be the last person to ever hurt me, but I don't even recognize you now. You're just a big jerk bully. I turned around and fled from there. At that moment, I hated him so much. A few days later, I was studying at the library for exams and realized it was really late. As I walked out of the building, I heard laughter coming from the back alley. I went over to see what was going on and nearly fell backwards. Martin and his friends were spray painting the principal's brand new car. Are you crazy? What are you doing?
Ugh! What are you doing here, Joy?
Martin, just please stop this. You could get in so much trouble.
As if you care. Just keep walking and pretend you never saw this.
I had no choice but to leave, but seeing him this way was so frustrating. The next day when I went to school, all everyone was talking about was how the principal's car was wrecked, and he was raging mad. But in the third period, I was shocked when I was called to the principal's office.
I saw on the CCTV footage that you were on the premises last night when my car was destroyed.
But sir, I had nothing to do with it, I swear.
Oh, I know that. but I think you saw who did it.
I just stared back at him and then spoke. It was really dark. I wouldn't be able to tell you who it was for sure.
Joy, you're here at this school on a scholarship. If I don't have a name by Monday, you'll lose it for next year. I suggest you be smart and think about your future.
I walked out of the principal's office in shock. Just then, Cameron caught up with me.
Joy, what's going on? Why were you called to the principal's office?
I told him everything that had happened.
You can't just throw away your scholarship like that. You have to turn Martin in.
How can you even suggest that? He used to be my best friend, and I'm not a snitch.
He's not your best friend anymore. He's a jerk, and he deserves this. If he was a nice guy once, he's changed, Joy.
But I didn't change. I just can't do this, Cameron. I won't do this. I'll go to another school. It won't be as great as this one, but I'll be okay. Tears stung my eyes. I thought about the colleges and opportunities I'd never have now. But I was doing the right thing. That Monday, I went to the principal's office with a heavy heart, ready to lose my scholarship, but he told me the most shocking news. Martin had come to his office and confessed to destroying his car. So what's going to happen to him now?
He's already expelled, of course.
I couldn't believe it. Why did he suddenly confess? And he even took the fall for his friends. I found the other two brats who were with him that night, snickering in the hallway, and I asked them.
We don't know why that loser did it. We'd all gotten away with it.
It wasn't his idea. He just does whatever we tell him to, always trying so hard to be one of us.
I've known Martin for years, and trust me, he's 10 times better than all of you. I shut them aside and left. I was totally off the hook, but Martin was gone for good. My head was spinning. But when I got home that day, I found my parents in the living room with huge smiles.
Joy, we have the most wonderful news. We're not in debt anymore.
Are you kidding? That's amazing. But how?
Some anonymous donor paid off all the money we owe for the house. We have no idea who did it.
It was probably Cameron. He's an amazing friend. I just know it was him. I rushed to my phone to call Cameron and thank him. But suddenly, I realized Cameron didn't know my landlord or anything about my house. There was only one person outside my family who did. The next morning, I took a bus to Martin's new place and knocked on his door. Hey, I have a weird question. Did you pay off our mortgage?
Yeah, I did. But hey, don't worry about it. Our moms ran into each other, and your mom told my mom everything. I told my parents I'd help them out at work every weekend if they paid your loan.
Martin, I don't understand. I thought you hated me now.
Why would I hate you? Cameron told me what you did for me. After how horrible I've been. You were gonna give up your scholarship and ruin your future for me. I guess I'm not really surprised, because that's just who you are. The best friend one could ask for. I couldn't let you do that though. I got expelled, 'cause I deserved it. And I'm really sorry about everything.
I was so touched to see Martin's teary eyes. Hey, don't make me cry, bro. It's okay. And thank you for apologizing. I'm just glad to see my old friend back.
Me too, and for the record, Cameron's a really good guy. You have my blessing to be with him.
Yeah, I didn't ask for your blessing, but thanks anyway.
Hey guys, today I'm taking you to the world's top influencer academy, where some of the biggest names on the internet got their start.
The reporter went around interviewing each student. Everyone was buzzing, waiting for their moment on camera.
So we've met all the students, and up next...
Wait, there's still one person left.
Huh?
That's me. I stepped out slowly, feeling super awkward.
Do you even need an interview? What kind of influencer doesn't have a single follower?
Hi, I'm Grace. I'm 18, obsessed with content creation, and currently studying at the most famous influencer academy in the world. Don't forget, like and subscribe. On my very first day, I was stunned. Everyone here looked like they came straight off a magazine cover, but the vibe wasn't exactly friendly. I scanned the room. Only one seat left, way in the back, next to a guy napping on his desk. I walked over and gave him a gentle tap. Mind if I sit here?
Do what you want. Just don't bug me.
Okay. Not friendly, but at least he didn't say no. The result of the first test was a total flop. Everyone got a decent number of followers. I was the only one stuck at 0. I knew I had to step up big time. One afternoon, I passed by a classroom and saw Amanda and Freya filming a bag review. Just listening to their script, I could already tell something felt off. I think the script could hit harder if you tweak a few parts.
Who asked? From advice from the worst student here.
She flipped her hair and walked off. People really didn't think I had any talent.
What parts do you think need fixing?
It was the first time someone asked for my opinion, and honestly, it felt kind of nice, so I gave it my all. To make it pop, try adding a bold slogan like not just a bag, it's a mood. And don't forget the hashtag TikTok made me buy it. It helps with the algorithm.
I'll give that a try.
2 days later, I was eating lunch alone when Freya sat across from me. Her face lit up.
Grace, that video you helped with, it went viral. I gained almost 1 million followers in just 2 days. And now some bag brands even use my slogan in their ads.
I'm really happy it helped. We were still talking when Amanda walked up.
Grace, I'm sorry about how I acted. You're actually really good. Could you help me with my beauty review script?
Weren't you just trashing her the other day? Now you need her help?
It's fine. I'm not mad.
See? She's chill about it. Why aren't you?
There's a trending glow up challenge right now. You could work your products into that. It'd be perfect. And boom! Amanda's video took off too. After that, Amanda and Freya became my first friends at the academy. I helped them film, write scripts, basically everything.
Come over after class. Help me shoot my new video.
Ignore her. Come hang out with me today.
Oh right! I forgot to mention they literally never get along.
We're having a nice moment and somebody just had to ruin it.
Who are you calling somebody?
Gee, I wonder.
Then suddenly, Freya lunged at Amanda. Amanda didn't hold back either, and soon everything turned into complete chaos. Guys, why don't the three of us just hang out together?
In your dream.
In your dreams.
Even though my two besties were rising stars, I was still the most invisible person at the academy. I kept practicing filming videos every day. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Grace.
That voice is boring. Your style is outdated.
It was Ryan.
You could post 100 of these and still be invisible.
Don't judge me.
Just speaking facts. If you don't change, you're never gonna stand out. Haven't your friends told you this?
His words stung, but deep down, he wasn't wrong. Right then, Amanda and Freya popped out of nowhere and stood in front of me like bodyguards.
Stop picking on her.
Then they pulled me away.
Don't let him get to you, Grace.
But he kinda has a point.
No way, you don't need to change. People will love your simplicity. Oh, come over later. We need to fix the script for my next video.
Nope, she's helping me first. I haven't posted in 2 days.
Sorry, I'm really tired. I just want to rest.
Fine, but don't forget to help me later, okay?
Same here.
They walked off so fast. That's when I realized neither of them really cared how I was doing. On the way home, I froze when I caught my reflection in a fashion shop window. Maybe Ryan was right. Maybe I did need to change. I stepped inside and picked out a few outfits.
That one's hideous. Try something else.
Ryan, what are you even doing here? He didn't answer, just browsed through the rack, then shoved a dress into my hands.
Try this. It's one of the top trends this year.
It was just a change of clothes, but somehow I felt like a completely different person.
Seeing you here, I'm glad you understood what I meant.
I want to improve where I fall short.
Need a hand?
I realized, yeah, his mouth could be savage, but his heart was actually pretty sweet. Thanks! Ryan pointed out what I'd been missing in my old videos.
You gotta highlight what you want people to remember. Add emphasis there. Don't keep the same tone all the way through. Play with volume and pacing. Keep viewers hooked.
Thanks to his help, my new videos finally started gaining traction. Follows, comments, likes, they all shot up like crazy. From being totally invisible, I became one of the most talked about students at the academy. Even Amanda and Freya were shook.
You look so pretty these days.
Long time no see. You free later? Help me shoot a new video?
Sorry, I've got plans this afternoon.
Can't you make time for your friends?
You're seriously being so petty right now. So without me, you can't film anything on your own?
They stormed off. Clearly, Tick, I used to think they were my besties, but maybe they just saw me as free labor. For the next test, we had to work in pairs and submit a video. Scores would be based on engagement.
Grace, about the other day. I totally overreacted. We're still besties, right? Wanna team up?
You should pair with me. Our video would definitely go viral.
But I'd already made up my mind. Sorry, I'm teaming up with someone else. I walked straight to Ryan. Want to partner up for the test?
I'd love to.
The next morning, I was shooketh when Amanda and Freya dropped a video slamming me publicly.
I only saw Grace as a true friend, but ever since she got famous, she's been trying to cut us off.
And honestly, I think she's copying my content, like you can totally see. Similarities in the script structure, editing angles.
What the fudge? I was speechless. Their lies spread like wildfire, and the internet turned on me fast. Then Ryan called.
Grace, are you okay?
I'm gonna expose them.
I'll help you.
I dug through all the old script drafts I'd written for Amanda and Freya, compiled clips from past videos that I had shot and edited ages ago. Then Ryan handed me a USB.
This might help.
I opened it and, holy guacamole, behind-the-scenes footage. While I was out here adjusting scripts and setting up shots, those two were glued to their phones and touching up their hair. Where did you even get this?
I was just practicing camera work and, caught it by accident.
The footage was solid proof. I pulled everything together and made a video called The Invisible Girl Steps into the Spotlight. It became our project submission. The video blew up, people switched sides, they saw the truth, and finally, my work was getting real recognition. That day, the Academy held a ceremony to honor top-performing students. I looked around for Ryan, but I couldn't find him anywhere. While I wasn't paying attention, I accidentally bumped into a classmate. Her coffee slipped out of her hand and a few drops splashed onto my dress. I rushed into the bathroom to clean up the coffee stain. Once I finished, I grabbed the handle to leave. But the door didn't budge. It was locked from the outside. My chest heightened. Hello? Somebody please help me. Then I heard voices behind the door.
Think of this as your lesson for betraying us.
Their footsteps faded down the hallway. I pounded on the door and screamed for help, hoping, praying someone would hear. Just as I was about to break down, the door swung open. Ryan appeared like the hero in a movie.
You're safe now. I'm here.
We rushed back to the auditorium. Right as my name was called, I stepped onto the stage, and you should have seen Amanda and Freya's faces, ghosts white.
Throughout the year, along with the daily input from our teaching staff, we've also had a special judge quietly observing your progress, and today, that very person will present our top student awards.
Everyone started whispering, and then, to everyone's shock, Ryan walked up on stage, calm and collected. Wait, what? It was him.
Watching over this academy, I have seen real talent grow, but I've also seen behavior that shouldn't be ignored. Amanda, Freya, you are officially expelled from the academy.
I didn't do anything.
The school has security cameras everywhere. I have proof. You both locked Grace in the bathroom.
With no way to weasel out, Amanda and Freya were kicked out. No more reputation, no more influence. Let's hope that was a wake-up call. Then Ryan turned to me and handed me the award certificate.
From the start, I saw your potential. I wanted to support you, and I was right. You really did shine.
I smiled. The invisible girl had finally stepped into the light. I was invited to speak at a workshop as an inspirational creator. After it ended, I walked outside, and there was Ryan, already waiting for me at the gate. We had dinner plans.
Is that your boyfriend, Grace?
He's just a friend. Don't be weird. I walked up to him, heart racing a little. Sorry about that. She was totally messing with me.
But I kind of wish it was true.
I blinked. His cheeks were glowing red in the afternoon sunday.
Grace, I like you. Will you be my girlfriend?
I'd love to. I swallowed hard and clicked open the email from Elite Academy. Mom was sitting right beside me, just as nervous. Mom, I got... Before I could even finish, she bolted out into the street.
My daughter got into the #1 university in the world.
In seconds, neighbors and relatives crowded into our house, cheering and congratulating me. Words like genius and special girl kept pouring into my ears. Honor student of Elite Academy. Pretty cool title, huh? Hi, I'm Clover, 18, and I had just received the happiest news of my life. Don't forget to like and subscribe. After years of studying hard and writing a heartfelt essay on the power of teamwork, I got accepted into Elite Academy special class with a 1 in a million chance. So when our homeroom teacher asked me who wanted to be class president, I can do it.
Anyone else?
The room went dead quiet. Just like that, I became class president. If anyone has trouble, come to me. I'll handle it.
Then Clover will be our class president. Let's all introduce ourselves.
I won first place at the American Protege International Competition at 10, and I've performed at Carnegie Hall and the Kennedy Center since. I'm now ranked among the top 3 young violinists in the world.
Our class actually had a prodigy like that. One by one, others introduced themselves. The youngest singer with a name on the Walk of Fame, a Cole with 20 million followers, a math whiz. I realized every single student here was a genius, or at least outstanding in some field.
Clover, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sorry, teacher. I'm late. I got lost, and...
This nerdy-looking boy stumbled in, cutting right into my turn. I slipped back into my seat because, honestly, I had nothing special to brag about. Son of a biscuit, did they put me in the wrong class? Hey, I'm Clover. Everyone here is kinda super special. What about you?
Alex, I'm not good at talking to people.
I sighed in relief. Turns out I wasn't the only normal one here. Maybe he was even worse than me, which made me feel closer to him right away. But since I was class president, people started coming to me for help.
I joined a world-class symphony, but they're all old people and I can't...
That Balenciaga brand keeps forcing me to work with their team. I only know how to work alone.
Geez Louise, these were problems only geniuses had. An ordinary girl like me would never know what it felt like to work with a famous orchestra or a luxury fashion brand. But to protect my image as class president, I forced myself to give advice, try to compromise, smile, and stay classy. Listen to others, and think carefully before you answer. By the end of the day, the violin prodigy came to me too.
At my last concert, I almost ran off stage in front of tens of thousands of people. I couldn't even play properly.
He went on and on, from being discovered as a child to being praised as a prodigy to non-stop schedules. Year after year, he'd been playing like a machine without any space to breathe or heal. I've got an idea. I pulled Alex along, planning a surprise.
Where are we going?
Just trust me, okay? Open your eyes. He stared at the warm, quiet scene before him. Alex handed him his violin. No audience, no pressure, no expectations, just play whatever you want. This is your world. Then I dragged Alex away and we hid in a corner. Soon the sweetest violin music floated through the woods. Alex and I spent the whole afternoon listening to it echo in the air. Helping my classmates with their small struggles slowly earned me their trust, even though I wasn't talented at all. And by my side was Alex, another ordinary student, kind and shy. Because of him, I didn't feel like the only loser in class. One day, Elias came to me. He was the most passionate student in advanced math.
My team and I are stuck on a really tough problem for the science exam. Everyone says you can solve problems easily.
A math problem? What the fudge? How was I supposed to handle that? I've got a few methods that might help. So I pulled from everything I knew, suggesting teamwork strategies didn't work, then ditched the books and relaxed for a day.
This is such a waste of time. I'd rather keep researching.
Wait, I've got another idea. But it felt like no one wanted to hear me anymore.
I've been looking for you. What are you doing here?
Oh, Elias had a tough math problem. He wanted me to help. Alex studied the problem carefully, then suddenly pulled out his phone and started typing like he was hacking the Pentagon.
You can optimize the algorithm like this? Done. Problem solved. Now let's go hang out.
Of course, the world's top IT genius saves the day again.
I just stood there, frozen. All the strategies I racked my brain for had gone nowhere, yet Alex solved it with one swipe of his fingers. It didn't take long before I found out everything about him. Once in a century, an IT prodigy received job offers from tech companies at 15. That's what the news headline said. And me? I didn't know a single thing about my own friend. Turns out Alex was the real genius here. I was the only ordinary one. I started avoiding his eyes. He was confused by how cold I'd become. After a week of this silent war, Alex pulled me aside, looking dead serious.
I want to confess to a girl. Can you help me?
Wait, Alex likes someone? Fine, I'd mess with him a little. Let him embarrass himself on his first confession. You should confess loud and dramatic in front of a huge crowd. That's the best way.
Really? You'd want someone to confess to you like that?
Of course. Of course I lied. Yeah, I'll admit it. I was jealous. Alex already had everything since birth, so what if he failed once? During the ceremony honoring the top students, Alex was on stage receiving a prestigious award. Then he suddenly grabbed the mic.
Clover, I like you. Please go out with me.
The whole room turned their eyes on me, and I froze, because the girl Alex liked was me.
The school's genius has a crush, but who's Clover?
Never heard of her.
Alex was still looking at me, waiting, but all I felt was how small I was. He was always famous, and I was nobody. I don't like you. His hopeful face collapsed into shock, then sadness, and I could only run. Because of our Cold War, the classroom atmosphere grew tense. Everyone tried to cheer us up and fix things, but nothing worked. Alex wouldn't even look at me. That's when our homeroom teacher gave me a huge task, leading the class booth at the school's tech fair. With my uselessness, I'd just mess everything up.
I believe you can do it.
I don't have any talent. I only ruin things.
That's not true.
I turned to see my classmates at the door.
I've learned to fit in with the orchestra thanks to you, and he too finally worked well with a big brand.
You helped me find joy in playing again.
We tried your teamwork methods after, and they worked way better.
Your talent is understanding and connecting people. You're the glue holding all these geniuses together.
With everyone cheering me on, I finally started working on our project for the science fair. We decided to build a robot that could understand and comfort people when they were stressed or sad. I set out the music prodigies would compose soothing songs, the KOL would handle promotion and branding, and Elias Group would be in charge of building and assembling the robot.
There's just one last thing. We need someone to write the software to actually make this robot work, and you know who's perfect for that.
The moment I dreaded finally came. I spent the whole day pacing outside Alex's house, too nervous to knock. Just when I was about to give up, I spotted him in the distance. He tried to run when he saw me. Alex, wait, I need your help. I'm sorry. The things I said, I didn't mean any of it. Right before I face planted, Alex caught me in his arms. Will you help our class with the emotion-sensing robot?
I couldn't even understand the feelings of the girl I like. How could I do this right?
That's not true. You've always been kind and gentle. I was just jealous of your talent. That's why I said those awful things. Please forgive me.
You don't need to be jealous. You're the most amazing girl I've ever met.
With Alex on board, everything started moving fast. The project went smoother than I could have imagined, and finally, our robot was complete and perfect in every way, thanks to everyone's effort. No matter how strong or talented you are, there'll be times when you're tired, stuffed, and need someone to lean on. This robot was created to bring comfort, connection, and remind everyone to value themselves. The whole room erupted into applause. For the first time in so long, I felt my old confidence return. After weeks of tension, then pouring all our energy into the project, Alex and I finally had a quiet moment together.
About my confession before, what do you think?
I can't say yet. Yes, just yet. His face fell with disappointment. Because next time, I want to be the one who confesses.
I got out of the car and rushed to the office, accidentally bumping into someone right at the door, but I didn't have time to check. I hurriedly stepped inside the biggest private bank. The entire lobby greeted me in unison.
Morning, Mr. Blackwell.
I entered my office, where Shayla was already sprawled on the couch, not even bothered by the vice president's plate on the door.
Babe, finally. The new Bentley batter just dropped. You have to get it for me. Matte Rose Gold limited edition. It screams us.
I dropped into my chair, eyes scanning red stock charts, bleeding across the monitor. Can we do this later? The stop tanked overnight.
Ugh, you're always busy. Just say no if you don't care.
Before I could respond, she was gone, slamming the door louder than needed. Hours later, when the numbers finally settled, I leaned back, breathing a sigh of relief. Yet the silence in the room felt staged, like it was waiting for applause that never came. I'm Jeffrey Blackwell, the only son of Richard Blackwell, chairman of the biggest private bank on the West Coast. Everyone says I was born for this. I speak little, act fast, and never make a mistake. But in moments like these, I wonder, was I really meant for this? Or am I just a version of my father? Would anyone see me without the money and the title? I brought out my concerns to my father in his study room. He didn't look out, just kept reading, calm as ever.
You know, I didn't build this bag from behind a mahogany desk. I was a clerk once. Walked 10 blocks each morning in shoes that didn't fit. Take your time, son. Find your own reasons to return, not just mine.
That was all I needed to hear. I traded glass walls for a tiny room on a quiet street. A fresh start. I heard the hotel down the block was hiring a front desk assistant, so I went for it. The manager's name was Nico. He was around my age, but wore his authority like a tired joke.
Ever clean vomit off of the hallway carpet at 3 a.m., Mr. Blackwell?
No. But I'm a fast learner.
Sure. Try the garage next door. Real world stuff.
Actually, not the worst idea. So I walked straight to the garage, asking for work. And just like that, I was scrubbing oil, hauling tires, and learning how exhaust smells after hours of work. I didn't mind. It was honest work. Between shifts, I'd stop by the hotel for refreshment. That's when I noticed this cleaning girl. She looked awfully familiar, but every time I almost placed her, she disappeared into the service door. A week had passed, and fixing high-end cars was easy once you've owned half of them. I'd fixed a McLaren sensor, recalibrated a Bentley suspension, and replaced a Porsche's gearbox all before lunch. Word spread and more luxury car owners started rolling in. The place was buzzing. Even Manny, the garage owner, started watching me differently. It felt good to be recognized for the work, not the name. Just then, a matte rose gold Bentley Batour slid into the curb like it owned the street. What? Sheila. My girlfriend? She took his hand like it had always belonged to her, like I never existed.
Babe, I cannot stand these filthy places. Take me to a Michelin 3-star now. I need my reward immediately.
And then they vanished down the block, leaving me behind with a heart crushed by that very car. I quietly walked out the back alley. My hand was already gripping my phone. I let out a breath, then delete her out of my life. The alley was quiet for a moment until I heard the rattle of a dumpster lid. It was the cleaning girl, but so was that Nico guy. He was standing too close to her.
You know, I might have something more comfortable than this.
Comfortable, huh? Mind saving me a slot? Could use extra shifts. Nico stiffened, straightened up, and disappeared. Emily glanced over, her expression guarded but still thanked me.
I'm Emily, by the way. I work the night shift at the convenience store down the street. They're short-staffed this week. Just thought I'd mention it.
Oh yeah, that sounds fair. She walked back into the hotel with a smile, and suddenly the alley didn't feel so cold. Emily looked genuinely surprised when I showed up for the night shift. I showed up because, well, free bread's hard to resist. After a long, tiring shift, we sat together eating bread at the convenience store.
This is nice. I never really have anyone to share things with. It's always just me.
That's tough.
Yeah, it's like I've been invisible my whole life. The system's just built that way, I guess, to ignore people with no money like us.
Hey, if this is about Nico...
It's not just him. All rich people are the same. One time I got shoved on the street by some guy rushing out of a fancy car. I fell and he didn't even stop.
Wait, was that the morning I rushed to the bank? The person I bumped into was Emily. Ah, I'm sorry. Some people just don't see what matters until much.
At least you're not one of them.
The next afternoon, while I was in between shifts, I spotted Nico slipping an envelope into his bag from a shady-looking guy. His eyes darted around. Something didn't sit right. Back at the convenience store, I brought it up with Emily. Her expression tightened.
He's been taking guests without logging them for a while now. Pocketing the money. I'm sure of it.
Ah, that jerk. I wasn't letting him get away with it. The next afternoon, I waited near the back entrance. Sure enough, Nico was at it again. You planning to report that to the books or pocket the difference again?
Stay out of it, garage boy, or your little girlfriend will have it.
He shoved past me, disappearing into the shadows. My blood boiled. That was it. I had to act fast before he dragged Emily into this message. I made a few calls using my title as vice president of the bank, and by the next morning, I was sitting across from the chairman of the hotel group. I simply showed the footage and laid out the truth. Nico was fired on the spot. As I left the lobby, I collided with Emily, who was struggling with a pile of towels. I caught them just before they tumbled, instinctively hiding my face behind the pile.
Thank you, kind sir. You can give them back to me now.
Panicked, I tossed the blankets back at her and made my exit in a flash. Luckily, I slipped into the garage just in time to catch my breath. Suddenly, a hand crept up from behind. Yah! Manny?
Ha ha ha, relax man. What's with the suit?
Busted. I had no choice but to tell him everything. Manny wasn't surprised. He just grinned like he already knew all along.
Well Jeff, here's the thing. No matter where you started or where you're from, you get things done. Whether it's fixing up rolls or blending in as a regular guy, you're good at it. Keep it up, and you'll go far.
I paused, grateful for the unexpected compliment. Later, just as I stepped in the convenience store, I froze. The place was a wreck. Emily stood in the middle, holding a crumpled piece of paper in her hand.
Jeff, it was Nico. He wanted to teach you a lesson.
It hit me like a punch to the gut. My hands clenched into fists. I won't let him get away with this, I swear. The next day, I returned to the city with a new purpose. I called in a few favors, and soon enough I had people searching high and low for Nico. By late afternoon, I had a location, a rundown building on the outskirts of town. I walked in. Nico stood at the far end, still wearing that smug grin.
Well, if it isn't the garage boy. Did you come here to beg for mercy?
His words faltered when he saw who was with me. My men, people who knew everything about him.
You've made a lot of mistakes, Nico. Especially with him. The heir to the biggest bank on the West Coast.
Nico's face drained of color. He knew it was too. Listen closely, Nico. You will never set foot in this city, never work in another hotel, never hold any position of power again, and if you even think about coming back, you'll regret it. Nico fell to his knees, trembling, as I turned and walked away. The price had been paid. Justice had been served. It was time to face my true identity. I went to the garage to resign. Manny seemed genuinely disappointed, but wished me well.
You've got a bright future ahead, Jeff, no matter where you go.
As I was about to leave, Emily appeared. She hesitated when she saw how I was dressed. I took a deep breath and explained everything. I never wanted you to think of me as just another rich guy, Emily, But the truth is, I was the one who bumped into you that day. I was so caught up in my own world that I didn't even notice you. I'm sorry for that, but despite everything, my background, my title, I want you to know that I see you, and I care about you.
Jeff, I won't lie, I'm drawn to you too. Not because of the money, but because you've treated me like a real person, not just a charity case. That's what matters to me.
With those words, everything was clear. We understood each other. In a world that tried to keep us apart, I was finally back where I belonged. My father had stepped down and the board made it official. I was now the chairman of Blackwell Bank, pushing myself harder than ever, carrying Manny's words with me. And the best part? After each exhausting day, I got to head to the same old convenience store and pick up Emily. You know, you can quit the job if you want. I'm more than capable of taking care of you.
I'm not quitting. I need to do this on my own. I made a commitment to the store to make up for the damage caused by Nico.
Fair enough, but just so you know, you'll be making up to me. I bought the store.
You didn't.
I did. No escaping those night shifts now. We both laughed as we walked hand in hand, enjoying the cool night air.
Hi, I'm Amelia from Germany. Please like and subscribe. I live in a trailer shed in Berlin because my parents didn't make any money. My parents tried to get me toys and presents once in a while, even though it didn't go too well.
I have a present for you, sweetie. They were giving away free books at the library.
Thanks, but you do realize almost all the pages are missing, right? Mom, I have an idea. What if I get a job and then we become billionaires?
You're in the 3rd grade, Amelia. I don't think that's possible.
How could I argue with that? But a few months later, things took an insane turn. Mom had to work all weekend, so Dad decided to take me on a camping trip. I firmly refused because there are too many mosquitoes there. But Dad insisted. He borrowed a neighbor's van and we drove for 8 hours straight. God, he was crazy. Finally, we stopped at our destination and I couldn't believe my eyes. We were standing in front of a palace.
I'd like you to meet your grandfather.
Just then, an old man came out and I was super confused. Then at dinner, my grandpa dropped a bombshell on me.
I wanted your father to marry a rich woman, but instead he marries someone who can't even buy her daughter a proper bed. I told him I'd only share my riches if he'd divorce her for someone else.
Actually, Amelia, I brought you here because I'm leaving your mom. I can't live in poverty any longer. We're moving in with my father and you're going to have a new stepmom soon.
You can forget about me living with you. What, you were just going to kidnap me and never tell Mom what happened to us? I don't ever want to see you. I don't even want to look at you. You're dead to me. How could Dad do something so sick? I had Mom pick me up after that, and when she found out what Dad was actually up to, she was horrified. I didn't see him again after that, and Mom told me everything.
His parents never accepted me, so he cut them off. I never thought he would leave me. I'll never fall in love again with any man.
That's okay, Mom. You don't need to marry anyone, and I don't want another mean dad. We can do this, just the two of us. It turned out we did make it on our own. After a couple of years, Mom finally found a new job that paid more and we were able to move into a house. Everything was great. I was getting good grades in school and I had tons of friends. But most importantly, I've made a life-changing decision. I refuse to talk to any guy around me. If a boy sat next to me in class, I would immediately leave, and everyone thought I was crazy for it.
Amelia's like an alien, as if she's never even seen a boy in her life.
Maybe she thinks she's too good to talk to any guy at our school.
Well, I didn't care what they said about me. I had created a boy-free life for myself and I was loving it until one day my whole world came crashing down. In 10th grade, 2 twin brothers entered our school in a limo. They were dreamy billionaire heartthrobs named Dennis and Leon. All the girls were fawning over them, except me. Then suddenly, as I was walking down the hall, Leon called me.
I want this young lady to be my school guide for the day. You'll escort me, do all my classes, fetch me my test answer sheets from the teacher's lounge, and of course...
Hey, you can't ask her to do all that. She's a girl. She should have someone escorting her. Show some respect.
Okay, first of all, girls don't need anyone to escort them, and secondly, I don't talk to boys ever. Ask any kid in school, and I really don't talk to snooty guys who expect me to be their slave. I started to walk away when Dennis grabbed my arm gently.
Wait, please. I'm sorry about my brother. He can be kind of a brat. He's the spoiled one in the family. My parents give him everything. Let me make it up to you. I'll buy you coffee. You seem like a really nice girl. We can be friends and get to know each other.
Oh dear God. I tried pushing Dennis away, but he wouldn't give up. He followed me around all day, desperate to be my friend. It was kind of convenient having someone carry all of my textbooks, but I didn't want to take advantage of him. Dennis wasn't as awful as I thought, at least not like Leon. While Dennis followed me around, Leon acted like a total arrogant jerk.
Your dress has a stain on it. Don't you have a washing machine at home?
I'm really not interested in your opinion. And in math class, he forced me to give up my seat.
I need to sit at the front of the class near the chalkboard, otherwise I can't concentrate.
When I said no, he whistled and 2 of his bodyguards came charging at me. At that moment, I panicked and ran away. But unfortunately, I tripped over a chair and fell down, and that's when I blacked out. Some hours later, I opened my eyes to find I was in the nurse's office with Dennis by my side.
You had kind of a scare back in the hall, and I wanted to make sure you were okay.
Okay, thanks, but you've known me for 2 freaking days. Why are you all over me?
I'm not trying to be creepy or anything, it just made me so mad when I saw how Leon acted towards you. My brother's evil, and I don't want him hurting anyone else the way he hurt me.
Before I could answer, Dennis told me all about Leon and all the horrible things he'd done to people. Apparently, Leon pulled all kinds of nasty pranks on Dennis, like leaving poisonous spiders in his underwear. But Dennis was most angry about Leon stealing his girlfriend last year.
He knew I loved her. I found him making out with her behind the school on her 6th-month anniversary.
I wasn't sure if it was because my head hurt or I felt lonely, but I enjoyed Dennis's company. After that day, I decided it wouldn't be a crime to hang out with him, so we became friends. Leon kept calling us boyfriend and girlfriend. One day, Leon and Dennis decided to throw a huge party, and Dennis really wanted me to go. Fine, but only because I've never been to a rich person's party before.
Oh, you'll have a blast, and if Leon tries to bug us, we'll glue his butt to a chair.
I laughed and was surprised how much I was looking forward to the party. I had lots of fun when I arrived, dancing to music, watching a movie in their private theater. Then, towards the end of the night, the boys decided to play Truth or Dare. When it was my turn, Dennis dared me to jump into the pool with my clothes on.
Sorry, what? You can't jump in our pool?
Actually, I can, because that's the rule of the game. I marched outside to the pool with the other kids, but as I stood at the edge of the pool, Leon grabbed my hand.
You are not jumping in that pool. We had a chemical leak yesterday and Dennis knows it. That psycho is trying to kill you.
Just shut up, dude, and let Amelia jump in.
God, this guy was a piece of work. He just didn't want me to have fun. Then suddenly Leon picked up a rock and threw it in the pool, and that's when I saw green bubbles surrounding it. There was a chemical leak. Did that mean?
See, I told you Dennis is trying to hurt you, Amelia. He's been up to no good for a while and I kept quiet, but this is just too much.
How about you continue to keep quiet, jerk?
What were they talking about? Then suddenly Leon punched Dennis and he fell to the ground. Leon, stop!
Amelia, I have to talk to you.
Just give a space for a second, will you? Leon finally agreed and left me with Dennis. You tried to throw me in a pool filled with acid? That makes no sense. Why would you do something like that?
My brother and I can't have you around. That's all you need to know. I don't owe you an explanation.
Wait, what? As if I want to associate with you. Psycho, I could have you locked up in jail. I yelled in his face and walked away. My God, he was wicked. I couldn't believe I'd ever trusted him. And what did Dennis mean when he said he couldn't have me around? God, I had so many questions. The next day at school, I tried to keep myself focused on schoolwork. I spent all of lunch in the library, but while I was looking through my textbook, someone came close and tapped my shoulder. Oh, you again? Why are you suddenly being so nice to me? This is all so confusing.
Long story short, our families are enemies. My grandma owns half of Germany, and apparently your grandpa does too. They've been threatening and blackmailing each other for years. So Dennis has been out to get you. That's why he followed you around. And I was trying to be loyal to my family, which is why I was a jerk to you at first, but I should have put a stop to it all earlier. I'm really sorry.
You know my grandpa. All of this happened because of a war between his family and yours.
Yep, it's taken over our whole lives. Our parents were barely around when we were kids. It hurt me a lot, but I got over it. Dennis didn't though. He especially hates your family. He thinks it's their fault that our parents neglected him. Dennis kind of turned into a psycho in general. Once he put poisonous spiders in my underwear, and then another time he stole my girlfriend just to piss me off.
Wait a second, Leon was saying the exact same things about Dennis that Dennis had said about Leon. Dennis really had been the culprit the whole time. God, what a mess. I slept for 14 hours after that day. Leon called me the next day and told me his parents had sent Dennis to juvie.
He set all my mom's dresses on fire when they got into a fight. That was kind of the last straw. I hope you're feeling better, Amelia. I was worried about you. Maybe we could get to know each other a little better.
That's really sweet, Leon, and I'm glad Dennis is out of the picture, but I'm better off not having any men in my life. All they've ever done is hurt me. Still, thanks for saving my life. I hung up the phone, but Leon didn't give up on me that quickly. He kept sending me funny memes and cheer-up messages. Then one day something wild happened. I was brushing my teeth when my phone rang and it was my dad.
Amelia, tell your friend to back off if he doesn't want to get seriously hurt.
Hey Dad, great to hear from you too after 6 years. Also, I don't know what you're talking about.
Your friend Leo, why would you be friends with our rivals anyway? He kept texting me to check up on you and be a better dad. Who does he think he is? When I didn't reply, he turned up at the house. I had to get him thrown out by guards, but next time I'll do worse.
Dad hung up without even saying goodbye. I immediately called Leon. Leon, you idiot, why did you go to my dad's place? Did they hurt you?
Hey, no, I'm fine. just hit my head when the guards threw me out. It was foolish, but I was just trying to make up for Dennis, and you deserve to have someone look out for you.
It was stupid, but I was so touched by what Leon did for me. Maybe not all men were out to hurt me after all. I really started warming up to Leon after that, and we talked often. On my 16th birthday, I heard a knock at the door. It was Leon, and he was standing there with an envelope. I opened it to find concert tickets for my favorite band. Wow, this is amazing. But you didn't have to get me a present, Leon. You've been a really good friend.
There's 2 tickets in there. You obviously don't want to go alone. No chance I could ever be more than a good friend.
I really can't promise that, dude, but you never know what the future will hold for us. Don't let the past hurt you forever, and forgiveness helps heal the heart. Even if you've been hurt, open your heart and trust in new opportunities.
Hi, my name's Lacy, and I'm from Iowa. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Growing up, my parents had a lot of money, and they would spoil me rotten. When I turned 5, they threw a huge birthday party for me. They even got me a bouncing castle. All the neighborhood kids were invited, and I made lots of friends, including a girl named Angelica. She and I ended up being BFFs. Angelica's parents were rich, too. They became friends with my parents, and they all hung out at an expensive country club, comparing their fancy mansions and fast cars. One day, when I was in the 4th grade, Dad got a phone call. He seemed calm while speaking on the phone, but as soon as he hung up, he started bouncing off the walls.
Oh, I finally got that promotion.
That's great, honey. You'll be making even more money.
Yep. Pack your bags. We're moving.
Wait, moving? Why?
My new position requires me to move to a new facility.
But I don't want to move. All my friends are here.
I cried so much that whole week. The thought of leaving Angelica freaked me out. Dad wasn't willing to turn down the promotion, but seeing how upset I was, he decided he'd move alone and send money back to us. Mom didn't like the idea at first, until she realized just how much money Dad was making. In middle school, Angelica and I were the popular ones. We were always the first to have the fancy new clothes, sneakers, smartphones, and gaming consoles. It basically ruled the school. Then one day, a new girl arrived. She was the exact opposite of my friends and me. She wore modest clothes and shoes, and the cell phone she used came out years ago. One day, she sat at the lunch table my friends and I usually occupied, so I sat down beside her.
Hi, my name's Lacy. What's yours?
Before she could say anything, Angelica came up.
What's this loser doing at our table?
It's okay, Angelica. She can sit here.
No way! Some of her pour might rub off on us.
Angelica shoved her way in between us, and the girl left the table with her head hanging.
That was so rude. Why'd you do that?
We have a reputation to uphold. People like her have no place in our group.
I felt bad for the girl. She was always alone. Whenever I tried talking to her, Angelica would stop me. There was another way. She was different from us. She did very well in school, while my friends and I did the bare minimum to pass. We never paid attention in class, and we'd hang out late after school instead of doing homework. One day, I came home with my report card, and Mom saw that I had an F in math.
I'm sorry, Mom. I'll do better, I promise.
Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Mommy knows exactly what to do.
The next day, Mom spoke to my math teacher, and they had a really long conversation. Mom finally came out looking really proud of herself.
Everything's been taken care of.
I didn't know what she did, but when I checked my grades, I had an A. The following week, Mom gave me an envelope to give to my math teacher.
What's this?
Don't worry about it. Just some boring paperwork.
I thought it was weird, but I just did as she said. Each week for the rest of the school year, I gave my math teacher an envelope, and my grade never dropped. After I graduated 8th grade, Mom and I were planning to go on a cruise for the summer. We were waiting for Dad to send us some money, but whenever Mom checked her account, it was never there. Finally, she went up to her room and called Dad. I couldn't hear the whole conversation, but she sounded mad. After she hung up, I heard her crying.
Mom, what's wrong?
Your father wants a divorce. He met another woman, and he won't be sending us any more money.
Needless to say, Mom and I couldn't afford to go on our cruise and shopping for school clothes. That summer was so embarrassing. We couldn't get any of the popular brands. Worst of all, I had to keep using the same smartphone instead of upgrading like everyone else. My first day of high school was humiliating. Everyone was parading their brand new wardrobe and accessories. Except for me, of course. Then I saw Angelica and the rest of my group and walked over to them.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Lacy. What are you wearing? I don't recognize that brand.
Oh, it's...
And is that the same phone you had last year?
Well, yeah.
What are you poor or something? Now...
We have had some problems lately.
But this stuff doesn't matter, right? I mean, it's just clothes and a smartphone.
Sorry, Lacy. Like I told you before, we have a reputation to uphold.
I thought she must be joking. There was no way she would drop me just because I didn't have the fanciest clothes or phone. But every time I tried hanging out with her, she and the rest of the group just shunned me. I also found out Mom couldn't afford to pay for her country club membership, so she lost all her friends too. For weeks, I was all alone in school, and even though I no longer had friends to procrastinate with, I still didn't do well in class, especially math. I knew I would fail without Mom's help. She had recently gotten a job at a clothing shop at the mall. I could tell she hated working, but it paid the bills.
Mom, can you give my new math teacher the paperwork he gave my old teacher?
Oh, sweetheart, that wasn't paperwork. I was paying your teacher to give you better grades.
My mom had been bribing my math teacher. I couldn't believe it. Well, actually I could, but how was I supposed to pass now? A few days later at lunch, a girl came and sat next to me.
Hi, Lacy. Hey, I remember you. I don't think I ever got your name though. Yeah, your friend Angelica cut me off. I'm Katie. Nice to properly meet you, Katie. And don't worry, Angelica is definitely not my friend anymore.
Katie turned out to be really cool, and we became best friends. She was such a great influence on me. Instead of letting me goof off after school, she helped me with my homework. I started getting better grades and I felt really proud of myself. Katie dreamt of becoming a seamstress, and she made most of the clothes she wore. One day, she tried teaching me how to sew a shirt, and it turned out perfect as long as the person wearing it had a really small head. So I wasn't good at sewing, but I was great at drawing. No offense to her, but Katie's designs were pretty basic. I, however, had a knack for designing outfits, and Katie could bring them to life. We were a great team. Unfortunately, my mom didn't like Katie as much as I did.
Why do you hang out with her?
Katie? What do you mean? She's really nice.
I'm sure she is. But what happened to Angelica and your other friends? Wouldn't you say they were more classy?
They were fake. They don't talk to me now because I don't have branded stuff anymore.
The next day, I came home from school, and Mom had a surprise for me. Brand new designer clothes. She was also wearing a new necklace and really nice perfume.
Wow, Mom. Thanks. Wait, how could you afford all of this?
Let's just say I got an employee discount.
I felt like a supermodel going to school the next day. Everyone's eyes were on me, just like how they used to be.
Hey, Lacy, I love your new outfit. Thanks.
Well, well, well. Look who finally decided to stop getting clothes from the bargain bin.
Huh? What do you mean?
I mean, you finally look good again. Look at those shoes. Keep this up and you might earn a place back in the group.
Before I could respond, she walked away. To be honest, I was surprised. Angelica spoke to me and it kind of made me feel good.
Is that why you're all dressed up? You want to be part of Angelica's group again? What? No, these clothes were just a gift from my mom. That's all.
All day people were complimenting me and ignoring her. I felt so bad. Mom kept buying me expensive clothes and getting jewelry and makeup for herself. I loved my new wardrobe, but I always wondered how she could afford it all. The employee discount couldn't be that much. One day, while Katie was hanging out with me at my house, I heard a knock on the front door.
Angelica, what are you doing here?
I invited her. Welcome, Angelica. It's been such a long time since you visited.
I absolutely adore your necklace and earrings.
I was speechless. I couldn't believe Mom would invite Angelica over after I told her we weren't friends anymore. Just then, Katie came out of the bathroom.
What's that poor beggar girl doing here?
Don't mind her. She was just leaving.
Tears swelled in Katie's eyes, and she ran out of the house. I ran after her. I tried catching up to her, but she was surprisingly fast. When I went back inside, Mom and Angela were just chatting it up, as if my best friend didn't just run out of the house crying. I was furious.
Get out of my house. You aren't welcome here anymore.
What is your problem? You're acting like an animal. I guess that's what happens when you hang around with second-class citizens like Katie.
What's gotten into you?
I told you, Angelica and I aren't friends anymore. Why would you invite her?
Listen, Lacy, do you want to be popular and have friends with lots of money like Angelica? Or do you want to be a poor nobody like Katie?
Katie isn't a poor nobody. She's my best friend, and you can't stop me from hanging out with her.
That night, I texted Katie over and over, begging for her forgiveness. She finally texted back and said I could make it up to her with a trip to the mall. The next day, I showed up to the mall wearing plain clothes and old sneakers.
Why aren't you wearing your new clothes? Who cares what I wear? Let's just have fun.
We had a great time. taking pictures, window shopping, and eating at the food court. As we were about to leave, we walked past the clothing store Mom worked at.
Come on, Katie. Mom owes you an apology. No, that's okay. It's not okay. Let's go.
I pulled Katie into the empty shop, and we looked around for Mom. But when we couldn't find her anywhere, I asked one of the employees, and she said no one by Mom's name had ever worked here. When we got back to my place, I heard some sounds from Mom's room, and we quietly crept up to find Mom frantically stuffing jewelry, perfumes, and clothes. Clothes in a trash bag.
What are you doing? Mom?
Oh my god. When did you two come in?
We stopped by your workplace today, the clothing store. And it turns out you don't work there, and you never have. So how have you been getting all this stuff?
Okay, I was ashamed to admit it, but the only job I could find was as a hotel maid. And these things, well, I just borrowed them from some really wealthy people staying there. I'm sure they haven't even noticed.
Is borrowing another word for stealing, like paperwork was for bribes? Mom, are you crazy?
No, I'm not. It's not fair that I've lost everything and everyone. No one respects you unless you look the part. High-class friends and connections are important. Trust me, Lacy, I'm doing this for both of us. But you have to help me hide this stuff right now because the hotel owners are having all their employees searched.
Mom, stop. You don't need friends who care more about how you look than what you might be going through. You got divorced and you have money problems. And none of your friends even asked you once if you're okay, did they? And do you think they'll get you out of jail when you're caught for theft?
Mom was speechless, then started to cry.
I'm really scared, Lacy. I've messed up big time. What do I do?
Katie and I helped Mom hide the stuff, and when some officers did turn up, they couldn't find anything.
Thank you for helping us today. I can see you're a really good friend to Lacy, and I'm sorry for how I treated you.
It's okay, but please don't steal again. It would make things a lot harder for Lacy if her mom's in jail. She's trying really hard to adjust to he.
Katie's words seemed to have struck a chord with Mom, because after that, she complained a lot less and worked a lot harder. She even started volunteering at a soup kitchen on weekends, and I could tell she was really changing for the better. After we graduated high school, Katie and I decided to start our own clothing business. We made stylish clothes at a low price. Eventually, my mom started working with us too, and we started doing quite well. I never had as much money as I did when I was younger, but I had something much better. A loving mom and a best friend.